What's going on, champs and champions? It's FireMonkey here, and Fortnite Shattered is right around the corner, so in today's YouTube video, I'll be telling you everything you need to know regarding the live event. The brand new key art is on screen right now, and something interesting to mention about this key art that I personally like is the render they used for the foundation. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but this render right here is something that I wish they would have made the main locker render in-game, because it just looks super cool. You know, maybe they didn't make it the main locker render because, you know, the 7 are the good guys, and you can't have them looking menacingly or whatever else. But even good people can look menacing, in my opinion. So, you know, it's just one of those things where at least they're using it for some sort of render online. However, with that said, of course, this live event will be going down June 5th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. However, the doors will open at 6:20 p.m. Eastern Time. And when everything is prepared for the live event to actually happen, you will be able to find it at the top of your discovery menu. So it is something where I would recommend you, as usual when it comes to these live events, logging in as soon as possible. You know, maybe even logging in like an hour before the early, you know, doors open situation actually starts, and getting your spot filled up early just so that you're able to guarantee you won't have any server issues and to guarantee you'll be able to see the full event, assuming that the lobby you're in doesn't actually have any other glitches as well. Now, some other things to mention here is you'll be able to get 2 free rewards by going to the live event, being the the Chaos Cutlass's pickaxe and the Bark Voyager sidekick. Now, I know there's going to be some questions already regarding this pickaxe, because in an earlier version of the promo, we actually had a different version right here, being the Dark Voyager's pickaxe, but as far as I'm aware, that pickaxe version that you're seeing on screen right now is going to be sold in the item shop with a brand new version of the Dark Voyager later down the line, and this version right here is the actual free reward you'll be able to get from the live event. So with that said, what do you need to know? How can you get both the rewards? Well, when it comes to the Chaos Cutlass's pickaxe, you'll be able to get that reward simply by playing the live event. You don't have to play it with friends, you don't have to do anything, you just have to show up to the event playlist, and it will be added to your account when the next season starts. However, if you want the Bark Voyager, this is something that has had a little bit of confusion, and I want to go ahead and clarify this so everyone knows the proper ways of obtaining it. You do not need to play the event with a full squad of people. So if you only have like one friend or something, don't worry, because you will still be able to get this. In order to get the Bark Voyager sidekick in-game that you'll be able to go ahead and have following you around and everything, you will need to go to the live event with at least one other friend. There was some confusion, some people saying that you need to go with a total full squad of friends, some people saying it was only one person, and I want to confirm this now because I know that the confusion is probably going to continue. You only need one other person with you during the live event in order to gain the free sidekick. Now, some other things to go ahead and mention when it comes to the sidekick is the fact that it is something that isn't exclusive to this event, right? So for example, if you're someone who's unable to find a friend to go to the live event or something, you're unable to find like a temporary extra account or whatever to go ahead and queue up with, you will still have the chance of purchasing it in the item shop later down the line. It is not event exclusive, it's just a free bonus for people who go to the event with their friends. So I just want to put that out there right now. However, let's say you want to get the sidekick for free, right? You know, who doesn't like getting free stuff and saving some money? Well, if you can't find someone to go with you, use the comments down below. Try finding someone else who has watched this video and see if you can queue up. Of course, you don't need to like stay friends forever or actually play with them or anything. You'll just need to have them added and be in their party for the live event, because it's not like gifting item shop cosmetics or whatever where you need to be friends for like 3 days or whatever. No, you just need to have them on your friends list and go to the event with them, and you'll be able to get the free reward. And actually, everyone in your squad will get the free rewards. If you go with multiple people, then all like 4 people you go with can get the reward goodies. And that is probably something I should mention when it comes to the actual playlist size. I may have said this in this recording, or I may have said it in a previous one that I kind of scrapped because I rambled on in a weird direction or whatever, but you are allowed to go to the event with upwards of 3 other people for a full squad size of 4. You won't be able to go with a squad of 8, 12, 16, or whatever else, and each lobby will have a minimum of 12 players inside of it. On top of having a minimum of 12 players inside of it, there's going to be a maximum in each lobby of around 24 players, with the final set of 12 players. They can't find anyone being filled up by bots, you know, so if there's any server issues, you still will be able to connect and still have an experience in battle against other people, even if it ends up being bots you're battling against. So don't worry too much about that. Now, as a reminder, there are two different teams for this live event. There's Team Foundation and Team Ice King, and both teams will spawn on different sides of the island, with Team Foundation kind of being over in the new sanctuary and kind of like a mountainous area, so I'm not sure if it's even right there specifically, and Team Ice King being over in the frigid fortress. Both will have different voice-acted sides, so if you're on Team Ice King, you'll be able to hear the voice acting from the Ice King. If you're on Team Foundation, you'll be able to hear the voice acting of like the Seven, Jonesy, Hope, all of those people. However, let's say you go into the match and you go in with a friend or something and they're on the opposite side. What will happen? Well, you still will be able to have party chat. You still will be able to talk to each other and all that type of stuff. They might show up on your party, like your squad list on the side or whatever, but in terms of the actual event, they're your enemy. They will be on the opposite sides. You won't really be able to interact with them too much. You'll just be combating against them as far as I'm aware, and it will be something where you can have a rivalry against your friend during the event itself. However, there's also the situation, and this is a slight rare occurrence that I don't think will happen, but it could still happen, where whoever is the leader, so whoever wants to be the host of your whole entire squad, whatever side they're in could potentially be the side that your whole entire squad goes into. So if you have one friend who's on Team Ice King, even though you're on Team Foundation, and you wanted to see the Ice King side of things during the event, then potentially having them as the squad leader could cause you to get the Ice King's experience instead of the team you actually picked. However, that is just like a potential option. I highly think that it's going to work the original way I said, where it's going to be something where you queue into the event and then your whole entire squad is split up based on the teams that they actually picked at the start of everything. So just keep that in mind. But there is still a potential workaround, so if you really wanted to see the other team's side, maybe try that, and then, you know, if you get lucky, hey, you get lucky. With that said, however, hope you champs and champions enjoyed today's YouTube video. Hope you're excited for Chapter 7 Season 2, the Shattered live event, which will take us instantly into... Oh. No, I thought I would have been swimming on this. But the live event will take us instantly into downtime for Chapter 7 Season 3 runners, and then the rewards will be granted once the servers go up. And let me know what you think about them swapping out this pickaxe reward for this one in the live event. Do you like this one better? Do you like the original reward they were going to give you better? Or is it something where you're just glad there's free rewards for going anyways, because some live events, they don't actually give us anything. Until next time, however, catch you champs and champions a little bit later with another upload, and peace out.